In your project, find DirectX page.xaml, right-click it and open it in Blend. First, we're going to create the GUI to display the score and the time. Select Grid and click and drag a selection onto the screen. These are going to be the backgrounds for the text elements. Put one in each corner, align the left one to the left side and the right one to the right side, and align both to the top. Make sure the relevant margins are set to 0. Also, set Z index to -1. This will ensure they will be behind the text. Next, in the Control section, go down to Text Block and add one to the screen. Set its colour to whatever you think is best. I'm going to be using orange. And for the first one, set its alignment to right and top. Set its right margin to 20 and its top margin to 20 to make sure it's slightly offset from the edge of the screen. Name this text element TXT time. Next, copy this text element twice. Rename the first one to TXT score and the second one to TXT last score. If it helps, drag these text elements away from TXT time. Set TXT score to left alignment, set its left margin to 20 and its top margin to 20. For TXT last score, set its left margin to 20 and its top margin to 100. Rearrange the grid backgrounds until you think it looks right. Back in Visual Studio, go to the user main header. And below our pick gift function, write the following code. We're going to need these variables to keep track of the score, the previous score, and the game time. Next, return to the user main update function. First, we want to call GameTime's update function. This will ensure that game timer is always up to date. Now we'll write a conditional. If game timer exceeds 30 seconds, then reset the timer, the game's over. We'll also need to reset rocket's position and rotation. The basic timer pause function toggles pause on and off. Here we're going to call Rocket's stop function. And since it doesn't have that yet, let's go and write it. In Rocket header, add it to the bottom of the list of public functions. All this function will do is set the rocket's private variable launched to false. Now let's add a way for the player to gain score. Simply go to the rocket's onCollide function, and in the conditional that checks to see if a gift is available, increase user main's variable score by 1. At the moment, when a game ends, Rocket's launched is set to false and everything resets. So now, in Rocket's onClicked function, we're going to add a way for the player to carry on playing. We call GameTimer's pause function to toggle pause off, and we also reset it, just to make sure it starts from 0. At the moment, however, GameTimer will not work. We need to initialize it. We also reset it to make sure it starts from 0. And we pause it to wait for the player to click the rocket. Now we're going to display the time, score, and last score to the user. We declare and define an int called timer seconds. We use an int, not a float, because we want to display the time in whole seconds. Timer seconds actually contains 30 minus the current total time. This is to make the timer appear to count down to 0 rather than up to 30. We'll add a conditional for timer seconds to change colour when it reaches a certain point. If it reaches 5, then its colour will be set to red, to signify to the player that time is almost up. However, if timer seconds equals 30, then it will revert back to its usual orange. And now we'll display all of the information to the txt element we created earlier. txt text equals time plus timer seconds. txt score text equals score and the user main variable score. txt last scores text will equal last score and user mains variable last score. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Feel free to add your own textures or experiment with your own ideas. Merry Christmas everyone, and a Happy New Year!